Welcome to today's guided meditation for breaking the habit of being yourself. Close your eyes and just relax. Allow gravity to ground you naturally. Start with a few deep, slow breaths to relax your body and mind. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make your breaths long, slow, and steady. Rhythmically inhale and exhale until you move into the present. You are entering a world of possibility. Now, there is a powerful intelligence within you that is giving you life. When your will matches its will, when your mind matches its mind, when your love for life matches its love for you, it will move in you and all around you. And you will see evidence in your life as a result of your efforts. To be greater than your environment, to be greater than the conditions of your life, to be greater than the feelings memorized in the body, to think greater than the body, to be greater than time, means that you are tugging on the garment of the divine. Your destiny, then, is a reflection of a co-creation with a greater mind. Love yourself enough to do this. Now, what limiting emotion do you want to unmemorize? Remember what that emotion feels like in your body, and the familiar state of mind that is driven by that emotion. It's time to turn to the power within you and tell it what you want to change about yourself. Begin to admit to it who you have been and what you have been hiding. It's time to free the body from the mind, to close the gap between how you appear and who you are. It is the moment to free up your energy. Declare the emotion you want to change out loud and liberate it from your body as well as your environment. Now surrender this state of being to a greater mind that already has the answers, and ask it to resolve this in a way that is right for you. Surrender your limitation to an all-knowing intelligence. Simply open the door, give it up, and let go completely. Now just feel how you would feel if you knew this mind was taking this memorized emotion from you. Sit in that feeling and breathe deeply with it. Now let's make sure that no habit that causes you to return back to the old self goes unnoticed by you. How did you used to think when you felt that way? What did you say to yourself? How did you once behave when you felt and thought that way? What did your body do? To begin to observe the program means you are no longer the program. Remind yourself who you no longer want to be, how you no longer want to think, how you no longer want to feel, and how you no longer want to behave. Make a choice to no longer be that person, and let the energy of your decision become a memorable experience. Now it is time to play what Joe Dispenza calls the change game, or as I like to call it, the choose game. First, imagine that it is morning, or picture where you are in the middle of your typical day. Or see yourself getting ready for bed. Suddenly, you notice that old familiar feeling that drives those limiting thoughts starting to come up in your mind and body. And the moment you notice it, you say, change, or choose, or your chosen change phrase. You choose to change. Let it go and change thought, feeling, and behavior. Because it is a choice. Your choice. You get to choose how you feel and think and behave. Choose to be kind to yourself, to be at peace with yourself. Living by that old emotion has never been loving to you. Make this your new habit to consciously be aware of your unconscious programming every time it happens. You control this. You can change this. You can choose this. Remember this. Now it's time to create your ideal state of being. What is the greatest expression of yourself that you can be? How would a great person think and feel and act? How would such a person live? How would they love? What does greatness feel like to you? It is time to change your energy and broadcast a whole new electromagnetic signature. Let the thought become the experience, and let that experience produce an elevated emotion so that your body begins to emotionally believe that the future you is already living now. Let the inward experience become a mood, then a temperament, and finally a new personality. How would you feel if you were this person? You can't get up as the same person who sat down. You have to feel so much gratitude that your body begins to change ahead of the actual event, and accept that the new ideal already is you. To be empowered, to be free, to be unlimited, to be unafraid, to be curious, to be creative, to be divine. That is who you are. Once you feel this way, memorize this feeling. This is who you really are. Let's fire and wire a new mind and recondition the body to a new state of being. What would you say to yourself? How would you walk? How would you move? How would you breathe? How would you live? What would you feel? Allow yourself to emotionally feel like this new self. It is time to choose who you want to be. and remember what it feels like to be this person. Expand your heart. Who do you want to be when you open your eyes? You get to choose who that is. You are signaling new genes in new ways. Feel empowered once again and move into a new state of being. A new state of being is a new personality. A new personality creates a new personal reality. This is where you create a new destiny. From this elevated state of mind and body, it is time to command matter as a quantum observer of your new reality. Feel invincible, powerful, inspired, and overjoyed. Now, from this new state of being, form a picture of some event you want to experience. Observe that reality and allow the particles, as waves of probability, to collapse into an event in your life. See it. Command it. Hold it. And continue expanding it to create the full picture. That future event has to find you because you created it with your own energy. Let yourself go and create the future you want in certainty, trust, and knowingness. Do not analyze. Do not try to figure out how it is going to happen. It is not your job to control the outcome. It is your task to envision its creation and leave the details to a greater mind. From a state of gratitude, be one with your destiny from a new state of mind and body. Give thanks for a new life. Feel how you will feel when these things manifest in your life. Because living in a state of gratitude is living in a state of receivership. Finally, it is time to turn to that power within you and ask it for a sign in your life. Know that it is real, that it exists, and that you now have a two-way communication with it. Ask that this sign from the quantum field come in a way that you would least expect, that surprises you and leaves no doubt that this new experience has come from the universal mind. I want you now to ask for a sign. And now move your awareness back to a new body in a new environment and in a whole new line of time. And when you are ready, bring your awareness back up to a beta state of consciousness. Then, when you are ready, you can open your eyes.